Thank you very much for joining us in this session presented by the PurpleCube experts. So my name is Rushay. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer at PurpleCube, and joining me are my colleagues for this webinar session and our PurpleCube experts, Shalini and Geeta. So in this 1 hour, we are going to take you, from start to end on what it's like to build actionable analytics from your data in the quickest and most cost-effective way. So this webinar is very exciting because it really shows you how you can unlock the potential of your data, and it doesn't need to be very costly. It doesn't need to take a lot of resources and a lot of time. It's actually very easy to do, and we're going to show you how that's made possible through PurpleCube. So just for your information, PurpleCube is that end-to-end analytics data platform that has been developed by Edgematics, an all-in data consulting company. So let's get into it. Okay, the main reason that we're here today is data monetization. So a lot of organizations around the world today are facing issues when it comes to truly monetizing their data. We know that data is a central component to driving decision-making, no matter what type of organization you're in. And what we're seeing as trends at the moment is that a lot of data monetization projects fail. And according to the industry analysts, a lot of these are for different reasons. A lot of them are predicting that through 2022, only 20% of analytics insights will actually deliver business outcomes. More than 70% of data generated by SMBs, goes unused. 85% of data projects fail, and that was recognized by Gartner. And 87% of data science projects never make it to production. So what we're seeing is a huge untapped potential to actually leverage data in the decision-making process. And as Edgematics, the all-in data consulting experts, based on our experience and our number of years working in this industry, we've seen that a lot of this is due to some key factors, some of which are incorrect business use cases that are being applied within these organizations, or they have very complex technologies that are not user-friendly and that they're not seeing adoption within their organization of these tools. Some of these reasons could be because of the lack of the right talent. So, having lacking those skills and expertise makes it difficult to truly get insights and leverage those insights within your organization. And with a lot of these projects, you outlay hundreds of thousands of dollars, just to have this infrastructure set up. But at the end of the day, you're spending that, but it's not giving you that return on investment that you're hoping to get. So in a nutshell, this is essentially the problem that we're seeing in the market. And as PurpleCube and as Edgematics, this is what we wanted to solve. And I'm very happy to say that we've actually worked on building an end-to-end analytics as a service solution to address that particular problem. So we've introduced it into the market a few months ago. It's called PurpleCube. Now, PurpleCube is an end-to-end analytics as a service platform that is both secure, scalable, and cost-effective. One of the key benefits of PurpleCube is that it is built as a customer-centric analytics platform and built for your specific use cases. One of the key benefits is that it's supported by a team of data experts with more than 250 years of combined industry experience. So not only are you getting a fully fledged, comprehensive enterprise-grade platform, but you're also getting the expertise and support of a team of data experts behind that. Now, at a very quick glance, what does that PurpleCube solution look like? Well, to be a truly end-to-end analytics platform, we've actually built our solution with 3 key pillars in mind. That is prepare, analyze, and predict. And each of these are facilitated through our different PurpleCube modules, being PurpleCube Studio, PurpleCube Analytics, and PurpleCube Data Science. So how this works very quickly is that no matter what type of data source you're using, whether it's file system, whether it's cloud data warehouse, whether it's data from your CRM, from your ERP, from your social media networks, wherever that data is coming from, you can connect it to a cloud data warehouse. And PurpleCube leverages Snowflake as our dedicated cloud data warehouse. So not only are you going to get that enterprise grade architecture, but also the security that comes built in with Snowflake's key features. And I'll hand it over to Shalini to explain that to you a bit more later on. But once your data is in the cloud, you can then bring it into the PurpleCube platform through PurpleCube Studio. This is where you can connect that data, perform those different data transformation rules, and make sure you cleanse that data so that it is ready to be ingested for analysis. Once your data has been brought in through PurpleCube Studio, you can then perform those analytics, using AI-based search, pre-modeled templates to build those visual dashboards in the quickest and most cost-effective way possible. We also take it one step further for more mature organizations that want to engage in predictive analysis and AI using our PurpleCube data science module. So this is where you can train those AI models, tune and deploy them all in one platform. So as you can see, PurpleCube is designed to be used for quite a few different users within your organization, from your data engineers to your business analysts, to your data scientists, and even your key business decision makers. We wanted to make a platform that fits the needs of all of your different stakeholders in one complete solution. And one of the more interesting things that we're working on right now is data exchange for data monetization powered through Snowflake. So very soon, you'd be able to also make your data and analytics available to external stakeholders to drive additional decision-making or share that with your partners and industry experts. So one of the key benefits that comes with PurpleCube is the way that we've actually structured our costing for this. So as I said, PurpleCube is that full end-to-end solution. So, you're getting your data integration tool, you're getting a built-in cloud data warehouse, you're getting the latest in AI and search-based analytics, and even a built-in data platform. And all of this comes in at a price factor of less than $100,000, depending on which subscription package you go for. Now, alternatively, if you had to look at what's currently in the market and a breakdown of all of these different costs to have this solution or to build it on your own, you're really looking at several hundreds of thousands of dollars and a significant time frame to not only implement this, but also on your licensing costs and training your team on how to use this. It really puts a spanner in the works when it comes to getting off to monetizing your data in the quickest and most cost-efficient way. And this is where PurpleCube stands out as an all-in-one end-to-end solution that you can have at literally a fraction of the cost of what's already out there in the market. So our whole purpose with PurpleCube is to help you go from data discovery to actionable analytics in literally minutes, not weeks or days, and to help you achieve that ROI a lot quicker. So I'm just going to very quickly highlight some of the key features that you can look out for, but I really want us to get into that demo so you can see what it looks like. So some of the key things to keep in mind with PurpleCube and to look out for is that we support more than 150 pre-built connectors, and that list is growing. So again, no matter what type of data source you have, you can connect that to PurpleCube. We have a very intuitive data preparation wizard. And we also support, our analytics platform is built using an AI-enabled Google-like search capability. We also provide smart insights and suggestions to give you answers to questions you didn't even think to ask from your data. And as we said, the PurpleCube data science platform supports those AI environments to build and train those AI models as you wish. And one of the unique things that Edgematics brings to the PurpleCube solution is those industry-specific AI algorithms and pre-modeled BI dashboards that you can leverage to reduce those times to building your dashboards and getting to those insights. So that is PurpleCube in a nutshell. And as you can see very quickly, if you had to compare this to some of the best solutions out there in the market, the key takeaway that you want to have here is that we don't follow a per user pricing. We have a built-in dashboard that's powered by Snowflake, and that you can leverage, a lot of key capabilities when it comes to analytics, all in one solution without having to provision additional infrastructure. So no matter what vertical you're in, whether it's automotive, healthcare, insurance, government, telecom, retail, or banking, PurpleCube can be used in a flexible way depending on what your needs are. So that was a quick introduction to what PurpleCube is. And the next steps is now going into that live demo. So I'm going to hand it over to Geeta and Shalini, who will walk you through a bit of what that looks like from an analytics perspective and what some of your key stakeholders, how some of your key stakeholders would leverage PurpleCube, and also how to connect your data to PurpleCube. So on this particular example, we're going to cover a retail organization and how each of these key people would use PurpleCube for their scenario. So on that note, I'm going to hand it over to Geeta to take it over from here. So Geeta, over to you.
Thank you, Rushe. So for today's demo, let's look into the day of Mark, John, and Ginny in a leading retail organization. Mark is our COO, and he would like to have visibility into the overall sales, profit, and sales growth. So he wants to analyze sales details on multiple factors like product category, sale type, and a couple of other factors. So he also has an expectation that he should be able to drill down and explore various insights on the fly to understand the dashboards in detail. So today we will see how John, our data analyst, can build a dashboard, and how Mark gathers various insights from it, and how Jenny, our data engineer, will be uploading the data required for all this analysis. So first we'll begin with PurpleCube Analytics. And in the next couple of minutes, we will see how we can build a dashboard and explore and share it with other users. First, we'll see how we can create a new dashboard, how we can generate automated insights using PurpleCube's Spot IQ feature, and use our Google-like search feature to build custom insights. And finally, we'll see how we can drill down and explore across various measures and attributes. So let's start off. Mark has asked John, our data analyst, to build a dashboard for one of his upcoming meetings. Let's see how John can easily build a dashboard in minutes using PurpleCube. So, John can access the analytics section of PurpleCube from the dashboard management tab here by clicking on BI dashboards. This takes us to the home page of PurpleCube Analytics. Here it is very similar to that of any OTT platform, where we have favorites on top. This gives us the list of dashboards that we have pinned for instant access, followed by recently viewed. Recently viewed gives us the list of dashboards that we have accessed in the recent past. Then we have recently trending dashboards. This is the list of dashboards which have been most accessed in the organization, but this list is limited to the list which the user has access to. Now let's see how John can build a dashboard. Dashboards are called pinboards in PurpleCube. So we can go to the pinboard section on top here, and by adding a pinboard, we can create a new dashboard. Now let's say I want to build a dashboard, retail sales analysis, and I can add a description here, which is sales for 2020 data, and I click on create. Now we will see how we can use data for how we can use the data tab to build more insights into our dashboard. So once we go to the data tab, we select our data set, retail superstore training. So in the columns, we have the structure of the table, the various columns, their description, the measures like additive, if it's a measure or an attribute, whether it can be added or any other functions can be performed on that particular column. All the details for each of the columns are mentioned here. In joins, we have the associations of this particular table with other tables. A sample of data records is available in data samples. A statistical summary of the additive attributes in the data is mentioned in the profile. If we have built any worksheets or dashboards on top of this data, those are available in the dependent section. Any rollable security constraints mentioned on this data set are available from those security. Spot IQ Insights is the automatic analysis tool of PurpleCube that generates insights from the selected data set. As we've seen, the tool has already generated a couple of highlights from the data for us to gather insights. And then we have Search IQ, which is still in beta phase. We will first look at Spot IQ a little more in detail. We can access Spot IQ Analyze by clicking on the ellipsis icon on top right corner here. And we can click on Spot IQ Analyze. Here we have all the columns. We can select the columns on which we want to perform this analysis. There is an advanced section where we can ask the tool to perform a couple more statistical analysis as well. In general, we can go with the regular analysis here, the standard analysis, and we click on Analyze. So we see that the analysis has begun. We can access the results of this analysis from the Spot IQ tab. So by going to Analysis, the analysis is still running. Once it's complete, we can view the results directly from here or from the Results tab on top. We see that the tool has generated 29 insights for us. The tool has even grouped the insights by attribute. Like here, we have the attribute, we have the charts by subcategory. It has even given us a highlight for each of these charts at the bottom. We can either upvote or downvote an insight based on its relevance to our dashboard. So this feedback will be used in the upcoming analysis whenever Spot IQ Analyze is performed on the same data set. We can browse through all the insights available by insights given by Spot IQ Analyze. So here, if I find any of the insights interesting, I can directly hover over the insight and click on the pin icon here and pin it to the dashboard. So once I am done accessing all the insights and pinning all the relevant insights to my dashboard, I will now move on to generating custom insights that we can do from the search tab on top here. Search in PurpleCube is very simple. It's pretty much like performing a Google search on our data. For that, first we have to choose the data set from choose sources. In our case, it is retail superstore training. Once we select the data, the minute we put our cursor on the search box, the tool gives us all the list of searches that have, the most popular attributes and measures that have been searched in the past on the data. It gives us really good recommendations and suggestions. This makes it very easy for the data analysts and the business users to use this search. So we don't need to worry about the syntax or the sequence of search terms used or even the structure of the search query. We just have to type in the search words. Like, for example, if I say sales 2020, so the tool even gives me that there are two 2020 available. Two columns have this date feature. So I can just choose it from here and I have the details available here. This little box on the bottom is called the KPI box. We can directly pin it to our dashboard here. So let's say I want to look at profit. So I just say profit. And I have the profit numbers here. I'm going to pin it to my dashboard again. Now, if I want to delve a little deeper and understand the profit by region, I just add the region search word. So, and now it's given us a table. I am going to toggle it to the chart view. I can access the multiple options available for chart from the chart icon here. So I see that there are a couple of charts which are enabled and the rest of them are disabled. So all the charts that can be built using this kind of search are enabled. So let's see how I can add a couple more details to the chart. We can click on the settings icon here on the right hand side panel. By going to the settings, I can add data labels, and I can do a lot of modifications by like change the color of my chart, or if I wanted to add a currency, I can do that. In our case, I'm just making it dirham, and I can change the number of decimals, whatever modifications we want to do with the data labels, that can be done from the right hand panel here. Directly from the axis itself, we can do a lot of modifications to the chart. Like I can rename, edit, or remove the axis. I can change the position of the axis from left to right or vice versa, or from top to bottom. I can even sort the data. Here I'm sorting by descending. I can add a filter. I can change the kind of aggregate. Right now it's total. I can make it any of these aggregation functions. I can add a filter or a conditional formatting constraint on top of this. Once I'm happy with the chart, I will pin it to my dashboard. So PurpleCube has a lot of visuals which will help us perceive the data in a much easier fashion. So let's see at some of those visuals. Supposing I add sales as well here. So we do see sales and profit numbers, but it's very difficult for us to comprehend how much of sales is contributing to what portion of profit. Let's see how we can easily do that with multi-level pie chart in PurpleCube. So we have a multi-level pie chart here. So with this kind of visual, we can very easily see that central region, which is contributing to almost 20% of the sales, contributes to only like 8% of the profit. That's the kind of perceptive ease that this visual gives the users. So we have many more such visuals and many more such features in PurpleCube, which will make it super easy for us to perceive the data, analyze it, and gain insights from it. Let's look at one more such visual, which is a Sankey chart. Supposing I want to understand the contribution of each state to and region to the sales. So when I add state term here, I see a map because state by default has a geographic configuration. And now I am making it a Sankey chart. So from the Sankey chart, we can see that West region among all four has the major share of sales. And even within West region, California is contributing to a major portion of sales. So this is the kind of ease that PurpleCube gives the user to perceive data. So I'm adding this chart as well to my dashboard. Comparing various attributes and measures in our data set is super easy with PurpleCube. Let's say I want to compare the sales performance of California with respect to versus here we have always performed in the past. So let's say I want to do it with respect to West. I can do this comparison on a monthly basis. I want to do it. So I have this data readily available. We see that here I have used one data point and another data point from another column. So we can do this comparison across columns with one column and one data point. However we want to compare, we can do the comparison. There are no restrictions whatsoever. We can do it across the length and breadth of the database. So now once I group them with the sales, so I can clearly see how West is performing and how California is performing with respect to West. I can add data labels and data markers for me to have a clear understanding of the performance. And once I'm happy with the chart, I'll add it to my dashboard. PurpleCube also has a really good set of features for time series analysis. Now let's look at growth aspect of sales. So if I want to look at growth of sales by order date on a monthly basis, year over year, only for last 2 years. So I just have to type in the question like I am thinking, and I have the chart available here. I don't have to bother about the growth formula or how I have to access the last 2 years or any other additional requirements to gain data or access data on a monthly basis or even the year over year calculations. I don't have to do any of these. I just have to search like I am talking and I have this data available readily here. So once I get the chart, I can pin it to my dashboard. So yeah, now we've seen how easy it is to type in PurpleCube. Let's look at the Search IQ feature, which is still in its beta phase. It's even more simpler than searching on Google. It is literally like Siri on our database. We don't even have to type anything. We just have to say it out and the tool will understand and give out the insight for us. So let's just look at a couple of commands that I can use or just queries that I can talk with the tool. So sales 2020. So here I have the sales number. And if I want profit, I say profit 2020. That's my diction problem, I guess. So profit 2020. So we have the numbers here. So if I want to look at the growth of sales year over year, I can do that as well directly by asking the tool without even typing. Growth of sales year over year. So we have this data. So we can even train the tool to understand any of our additional formula requiring search queries as well. So it becomes super easy for the business users to access the data on the fly by just asking the question. They don't have to type anything. They don't need to know anything about the data or the tool. They just ask the question and they will have the insight readily available for them to access. That's the kind of power PurpleCube gives the users. So now we've seen how John has built the dashboard, and we can access this dashboard from the pinboard section here. So the retail sales analysis dashboard. Here we can do a lot of modifications here. So we can adjust the size of various insights here. We can reposition them. Once we are happy with the look and feel of the dashboard, we can save the changes. PurpleCube also, let me just save the changes on top here. PurpleCube also has a data science module, which we can access from AI dashboards. So we have a couple of pre-built reference models, which we can access. The users can also build custom models in R or Python, and they can integrate the outputs of those models into the PurpleCube environment and share it with other users along with the other insights in any dashboard for them to access. So now we've seen how John has built a dashboard, and let's see how we can how Mark and just okay. Sorry. Okay, so I can go to the dashboards directly from here, and now let's see how Mark can access the dashboard that John has built and explore further. Now, supposing Mark wants to understand this chart, total quantity by state, a little more in detail, he can click on Explore here. The tool gives us all the list of explorations that Mark can perform. He can add a filter, he can add additional measures or attributes, He can replace a measure or attribute. He can even compare with another measure or attribute. The tool even gives us suggestions as to how we can do, like, what are the measures and attributes can be used here. So supposing I want to add sales here. I see that California is performing better with respect to sales and quantity, and I just want to make sure it's not because of deep discounts. So I can just add discount here, and I see that okay, it's performing better even with lower discounts. So Mark, as a COO, can understand that the product mix or the pricing strategy or the sales strategy here in California is performing really well, and he can use these insights to enhance the sales in other markets as well. So let's see how we can drill down into insights using PurpleCube. Now, when we are looking at this dashboard, we see that the central region has very low sales, and Mark wants to understand why central region has very low sales. He can directly right click on the data point here and click on drill down. The tool gives us the complete list of options for drill down. So here I am selecting a category, and I see that furniture category is running in losses. So I can right click on furniture to drill down further, and by subcategory, I see that tables and furnishings are having a lot of losses, and tables has the maximum losses. Within tables, I want to drill down by customer segment, and I see consumer segment in the tables subcategory has maximum losses. So within just a few minutes, we were able to zero in on the fact that consumer segment in tables in furniture is contributing majorly to the lower profits of central region. That's the kind of power PurpleCube gives business users to understand any insight from the dashboards. Supposing if Mark wants to understand how a particular insight has been built, all he needs to do is click on the ellipsis icon on top, and he can use the replay search feature to understand what data has been used to build this insight, what all attributes and measures have been used, what kinds of filters or any other parametric changes have been made to build this insight. All those details will be available in the replay search feature. Mark can drill down into any data point or perform a spot IQ analyze directly by clicking on the data point as well. So let's see what other things Mark can do on this dashboard. By clicking on the ellipsis icon on the top right corner, he can make a copy for further edits. He can add a universal filter. Supposing he wants to share this dashboard with a regional manager, he can add a universal filter for region West and share the same dashboard with that person without really having to rebuild it. He can present this dashboard as it is, so that he can drill down and explore on the fly during the presentation or manage schedules. He can add a schedule, like send it across to his team on a weekly basis or at a particular time and date, all of it. He can even add a gating condition, like if a profit goes below a particular level or sales go below a particular level, I want these team members to be intimated about the sales numbers. All those can be automated using PurpleCube. That's the kind of power PurpleCube gives business users. Now, let's just look at a couple of other dashboards. This we've seen in retail. This is a telecom churn analysis dashboard. This gives us a snapshot into the number of customers, average account duration, total revenue, churn rate, and how the churn rate has been varying across states, how the revenue has been changing, and what kind of an impact the communication with the call center or or their subscription to the international plans or any or all of those details have on the churn rate. We also have a sample banking dashboard here just to see how the customer profile has been for loan services. On the top, we have a snapshot, and then we've tried to understand the customer for loan services in detail by gender. What are the top sources from where these customers have been acquired? Um, and from where are they, what are their income ranges? All those details can be very easily visualized using PurpleCube. Whichever the industry, whatever the data, PurpleCube makes it super easy for both data analysts and business users to visualize the data and gather insights. So in the last couple of minutes, let's in the last couple of minutes, in less than half an hour, we have seen how we can build insights, how we can build a dashboard, and also explore and drill down across attributes in a dashboard. All in all, using PurpleCube's smart suggestions, Spot IQ, and Google-like search, both data analysts and business users can build or explore data very easily, even without knowing anything about the tool or the data. PurpleCube has many more such interesting features which I would like to discuss. But for now, I will hand it over to Shalini, and Shalini will walk us through how Jenny, the data engineer, will upload the data required for this analysis. Over to you, Shalini.
Thanks, Geeta. It was really amazing to see how the wall between technical data and business data is almost invisible. And with the Google-like search and synonym features. My personal favorite are the replay search and Spot IQ, and the voice search was just amazing. Now, let's see how Jenny, our data engineer, onboards the associated data sets onto PurpleCube platform, which is the background for creating these insights on PurpleCube Analytics. From the PurpleCube application, from the data management section, we can click on connect, new data connection, and navigate to the PurpleCube Studio. PurpleCube Studio is one of the integral modules, which is an easy to use, drag and drop, browser-based user interface to prepare data. Now, we can use PurpleCube Studio to build, monitor, and schedule data pipelines, thus turning raw data sets into analytics ready with applied data cleansing and transformation rules very easily and quickly using serverless data processing and the push-down architecture by taking complete advantage of the powerful processing platform. Now, let me just familiarize this screen for you. This is the home screen, which is the dashboard which displays visual metrics of studio objects like data points, data objects, data flows, log flows. Data points are nothing but the module to provide the connection details for source and target system. Data objects, this is the metadata of the physical objects like table, file, or other structures. And we have the data flow section, which is the data integration, where the data integration pipelines are designed or developed by using the data points and data objects which we create in step 1 and step 2. And then we have the job flow module. This provides the capability to define order and condition based on which data flows should be run. And then we have other modules like sequence, expression, data subflow. Data subflow, these are reusable transformation templates that can be created once and reused in any data flows and job flows. And let's see some other modules of PurpleCube Studio. We have the studio section, which is the main where we develop our data pipelines. We have the monitor module. This is to monitor the execution of jobs and its operational statistics. And we have the scheduler to plan and schedule our executions. We have the admin module, which is for management and administrative purpose. And then the SQL editor, which is very interesting. This is one single interface to query all your connected databases or applications. Now, let me go to data points section. Jenny, our data engineer, knows where the data resides and what data sets are actually required for John, our data analyst, to get his insights. So Jenny onboards the associated data sets onto the PurpleCube platform effortlessly in 3 simple steps. Step 1, connect to the source and target system. Step 2, specify the data object, which metadata, which is the metadata of the associated file or table or object that needs to be brought in. And third and final step will be to design the data flow or the data pipeline, which is the flow of data from source to target, along with transformation rules and data quality rules. Now, let's see how Jenny creates the data points. Let's assume that the underlying data is residing in 3 locations. One is a file server, and the other 2 RDBMS databases. One is MySQL and the other is a SQL server. Now, in order to connect to these data sources, Jenny clicks on New, which displays the list of pre-built connectors available with PurpleCube. PurpleCube connects to a multitude of data sources using native or generic connectivity. And these include relational databases, NoSQL databases, files, structured and semi-structured, Hadoop systems, PB platforms, web services. We have REST APIs, cloud and API-based systems, and many other connectors. At the moment, we have over 150 plus pre-built connectors, and the list is still expanding. To know the comprehensive list of connectors, please visit PurpleCube.ai, our website, which gives a detailed list of connectors that is available with PurpleCube Studio. Now, Jenny clicks on file server data point, which is where she wants to connect to the SFTP server, the remote server which we talked about. Let me open a pre-built connector for now. And all we need to provide us the credentials such as username, password, the SFTP host location, the port. You can also connect to FTP or Amazon S3 file systems as well. And here under file location, we need to provide the specific directory from which we need to pick up the files. And once the details are provided, we can click on test data point to ensure our data connected successfully. And similarly, we can connect to MySQL database. Let me just show what all details we need to input here in order to connect to MySQL database. It's like standard credentials, username, password, the host name, and under database tab, you can specify the particular schema or database from which the tables need to be imported onto PurpleCube platform. We can specify as many number of databases as required in this list. We need not create separate connection for each database. Let me click on test data point here, and the connection is established successfully. And the same goes for SQL Server data point as well. And once the data points are created, next as step 2, what Jenny needs to do is import the data objects. So let me click on New and select Import Schema, which will help me to import the existing metadata from the data points which I already created. So let me choose the file data points that we created earlier. And on clicking on server, it lists down all the files which are available in that. Let me choose product master and I click on next. And Jenny gets a glimpse of data and associated data types, sample data and the data types addition to go on the go to edit or save. I can see that the first record is headers. I'll select to import field names from first line and click on next and save it. We have the data object available in PurpleCube. Similarly, we can import other data objects from the SQL Server table and MySQL tables. I have already imported them onto this platform. Now, the third and final step, what Jenny needs to do is create the data flow, which is designing the pipeline along with the transformation rules or the business rules and the data cleansing rules. So in the middle, we have the designer window where we can drag and drop the components from the left pane. On the left pane, we have sources and targets, which is data points that we created. And we have the transforms and associated actions. Transforms are a group of pre-built components, set-based transformations that we can utilize in order to massage our data. A few are joiner. This is to combine data from multiple tables with a common relationship between one or more attributes. And we have filter for row-based filtering. Column-based filtering can be done using the select attributes section in the properties window. And then a few other are transpose, select, when group, and splitter. Splitter is one important component where you can split an incoming incoming data sets into multiple outputs based on conditions that you provide. So you need not create separate pipelines if the incoming data is same. You can use one single pipeline and use the splitter to separate the input into several outputs based on the conditions. And we have roll-up. Roll-up is, it can be used to perform calculations such as average sum on the selected attributes that they are grouping, and for windowing or analytical functions to calculate the average, max, min, median, all these set-based transformations. And in this particular example, with pipeline, what Jenny has done is she has brought in two sources. One is a file and the other is a SQL server. And she has applied some filtering on the file input. So the shipper code selected as 2. And the two data sets are joined, aggregated, and then into the target, which is the Snowflake. Now here you can see a data cleanse component. This data cleanse component, which comes with PurpleCube Studio, is a window-driven component for you to apply the standard data cleansing rules with a few clicks. Isn't that cool? We can convert we can replace nulls with a 0, and we can convert to upper or lower cases, trim the characters, add padded values in just clicks. And then if any other complex transformations need to be performed, they can be done using expression. And in the rollup component, using rollup component, what Jenny has done is she got the aggregated value for product based on product category and product subcategory, and the output is put into a Snowflake. Now let me run this job. The object has started execution successfully, and let's move to the monitor window. let's click on, let me refresh, yes. And now we can see at every step the execution statistics of that particular job. Right now you can see this particular step is running and the others are in active state. Now monitor window, from this monitor window we can actually check the statistics of individual steps, as well as the detailed log for that, and history as well, the history executions. Now let me refresh this, and yes, our job is successful. And here I can see how many records got extracted, how many records got loaded, and if any records got rejected, it will come under the bad column. So now that the data is loaded, I need to view the data to test it. I can move to the SQL editor window, and let me just navigate to the location in Snowflake where I have loaded the table. So let me go back to Studio. I need to check the table name. It's the retail_aggregate. And moving to SQL editor, let me locate the retail aggregate table. Here it is. I just need to click on it, click on query and say run. It will give me a sample of records. SQL editor, this has the capability to run SQL queries on the source or target data connections that have been created within PurpleCube Studio. And as I said, this is one single interface to query all your connected databases or applications and eliminates the need for specific SQL client tools. You can see here, it is not querying the RDBMS datasets alone. I can query my Salesforce datasets, ThoughtSpot datasets, whichever allows query data, we can query that in the SQL editor. I'll just show a few more example pipelines. So this is one data pipeline, which is getting data from multiple sources and multiple data cleansing rules are applied. And as I mentioned earlier, it uses the split component to split data, incoming data into multiple outputs. Now, there are several other features in PurpleCube Studio, like making the interactive button on. We can see the data at every step while we design the pipeline. So we don't have to wait until until the end to create the pipeline as a whole and then run to see if it has errors. We can do that at every step while we build it when the interactive mode is on. Another one feature is the lift and shift of data. It is made very easy using the DM visa. We just need to provide the source connection, target connection, and just need to select the list of tables or files that need to be transferred or migrated, lifting and shifting of data from one platform to another. And when we select those source and target connection and the associated data objects, it will create the data pipelines, data flows for you automatically, and it will start the lifting and shifting of data. Move on to the Snowflake end. Like as we mentioned, Snowflake is the central piece of PurpleCube architecture, wherein all the three pillars, Studio, Analytics, and Data Science, utilize Snowflake's storage, processing power, security, and thus supporting PurpleCube become truly analytics as a service platform. Now, one of my favorite in this is the workload isolation. Provisioning dedicated warehouses or processing engines. What this means is that there will be no performance impact on data preparation, analytics dashboard refreshes, or on the data science workload. Each run on isolated engines which can be scaled up and scaled out automatically. And with the push-down architecture of PurpleCube Studio, we utilize the processing power of Snowflake in the ELT process. And Snowflake's extensive native functions, which is exposed as the data source to target, and the native support for structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data makes the data massaging task very simple. This actually, using this compute power, it delivers lightning fast result with a live connection to Snowflake datasets. And data scientists can load their historical data from their data sources using the Snowflake Python connector and pull data sets into their data science environment. The storage costs are much less as the data gets compressed up to 5 times. And also, the security, governance, and continuous data protection features and services of Snowflake actually leaves us relaxed and worry-free. To name a few baked-in cloud data security measures, we have automatic encryption of data, then we have object-level access control. There is time travel and the data clone features. Time travel means you can access or restore modified or deleted data at any point in Snowflake. And some other important features are search optimization service and data exchange. So with data exchange, actually, we don't need to transfer data via FTP or the configuration of APIs to linked applications. It simplifies integration and automatically synchronizes live data among the data providers and data consumers without any additional storage cost. That means this is very useful, when often organizations find it's very difficult to break down data silos and exchange relevant data sets between business units. And with data exchange, this is made possible with controlled and governed access rules to easily collaborate with the required units, thus reducing time to market by breaking down data silos. The support, one more interesting feature is the support for unstructured data management, which includes the built-in capabilities to, store, access, process, manage, govern, and share those data sets as well together with Snowflake. On this note, I hand it over to Rushe. Being mindful of the time, there are a lot more features in PurpleCube Studio, which we will post now. Over to you, Rushe.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Geeta and Shalini, for those demos. So folks, there you have it. Within 60 minutes, we've shown you how you can build actionable analytics from your data in the quickest and most cost-effective way. It doesn't need to be very complex. It doesn't need to be lengthy. You can achieve this within your organization once you have the right tools and the right processes in place. So I know that we are running over time, and I'd love to, move on to the Q&A because we did receive a few questions. But before I do that, I just very quickly want to highlight some key takeaways. So if your organization is looking for an analytics as a service tool or platform, and you're exploring, different tools in the market, here's just, a quick guide, some quick tips and advice from our experts that you should look out for when choosing this tool. So firstly, you need to ask yourself, is this solution cost effective? So can you really generate insights from your data without breaking the bank? Secondly, is it scalable and flexible? So can the solution be customized for your specific use cases and your data analytics needs? Thirdly, data security. So how secure is your data in the cloud? And as you've seen, we leverage the power and capabilities of Snowflake. So you're getting, world-class security of your data in the cloud itself, and that's already built in. Then, is it an end-to-end solution? So does it provide everything you need to build actionable analytics, from a cloud data warehouse, data integration, to BI, AI analytics? Normally, in most cases, these solutions might offer one or the other of these particular deliverables, and then you're ending up having, multiple tools that you need to try and connect together and figure out how everything is going to flow. With PurpleCube, we've literally made it end to end, all in one solution. So you don't need to worry about additional, provisioning infrastructure for your analytics needs. Then support. So does the solution include support through the platform? So a lot of times, there might be additional costs or fees for this additional support. But with PurpleCube, we bring that, included with the platform. And like I mentioned earlier, our platform is supported by a team of data experts with more than 250 years of combined industry experience. So we've seen it all. We've been there from start to end. And that's why, we're very confident and very comfortable when it comes to using PurpleCube to solve our customers' needs and helping them, to find the right dashboards, the right use cases that they need to apply. And then lastly, it's time to value. Okay, so can you achieve quick wins from your solution much faster than any other traditional tools that are out there, or without having to build something, from scratch? And that is, the core or fundamental vision and purpose of PurpleCube. We want to help you achieve quick wins. We want to help you reduce your time to insights and help you generate those ROIs much quicker and much faster for your key stakeholders. So that is PurpleCube in a nutshell. And we do have a few questions that we'd like to answer as well to some of our attendees. But if you need to drop off, we fully understand as well. So moving on to the Q&A section, the first question we have is, how is PurpleCube different from any other analytics platforms that exist today, especially when it comes to building the BI dashboards? So I think for that question, Geeta is going to be the most qualified to answer that. So Geeta, over to you.
Sure, Rishay. So first and foremost, PurpleCube is an end-to-end fully integrated analytics as a service platform. It's not just a BI solution. So to answer your question, how does it compare with other BI solutions? So while I have to accept that the output and insights generated by PurpleCube are very similar to that of Tableau or Power BI or any other popular BI tool available in the market, the expertise and the familiarity of data required to use these tools to build those insights is substantial. While with PurpleCube, we can build the same insights or same charts or dashboards without knowing the data or the tool at all. The transformation features that PurpleCube offers for data from PurpleCube Studio are extensive and comprehensive, whereas Power BI and Tableau have very limited features to transform the data. They need to write a lot of queries. Here we can do everything using the interface. It's all GUI enabled, and it's very easy to use, like how Shalini had shown us. It's all like drag and drop. That is the ease of use that PurpleCube gives users in an end-to-end data analytics dashboard building process. So to top it, the smart suggestions given by the tool, the Google-like search, and the Spot IQ, and now the Search IQ being in its beta phase, and it should be full on in a couple of months. So all these things put together, they make it the best of the kind self-service tool for a end-to-end solution. It is easy for data analysts, data engineers, and business users to use, whereas the other BI solutions available in the market address one particular need, whereas PurpleCube addresses the needs of everybody involved in the whole process of data analysis. I hope that answers our question.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Geeta. Okay, the next question we have here is, what are the different pricing and subscription packages for PurpleCube? And I'll be able to answer that. So let me walk you through a little bit about how our pricing is set up. As you can see, we have different subscription plans moving from standard to pro to enterprise. And each of these plans have something different to offer. So, from your cloud data warehouse requirements to, the AI integrations and capabilities on there, and even, the pre-modeled dashboards that come in with each package. So essentially what you're looking at for PurpleCube is, even at our enterprise level, it's still less than $100,000. But depending on the plan that you're going for, you can also help customize it to, meet your organization's specific needs. And again, it becomes scalable as you grow, or even if you need to downsize, we have a plan that can fit those needs. So if you ever want to learn more about, what each plan includes, you can head over to purplecube.ai and then just head over to the subscriptions tab, and you can see exactly what that breakdown is. So for the next question, does the PurpleCube platform support unstructured data? So I think Shalini answered this in her demo, but Shalini, do you just quickly want to highlight it?
Sure, Rishi. So yes, PurpleCube supports unstructured data sets, and we utilize Snowflake support for unstructured data. So essentially, we can store, govern with the role-based access control, and we can create scoped URLs for enhanced governance. And we can access these unstructured data with REST APIs, catalog them using what we term as directory tables. And also these unstructured data sets can be processed with Java and other external functions. On top of that, we can share securely with the data cloud. So that's the support for unstructured data that PurpleCube offers.
Okay. And what types of connectors does PurpleCube support? So like we also covered this in the demo, we do have a lot of connectors and different types. So Shalini, do you want to elaborate a bit more on them?
Right. So as we saw in the demo where Jenny was trying to create a new data point from the data point section, she got a list of connectors, list of pre-built connectors that can be used. So PurpleCube connects to multitude of data sources like that. And this includes NoSQL databases, relational databases, Hadoop systems, files, warehouses like Redshift, Snowflake, Google BigQuery, web services, REST APIs, cloud and API-based systems such as Salesforce, the social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, etc., and several other applications. So currently we have over 150 plus pre-built connectors, and the list is still expanding. And actually, if you do not find a connector for your source, you can please let us know. We will try and create those custom connectors also for you and make it available for you in a short period of time. So we are flexible to connect to legacy systems as well.
Okay. All right. We also received a question from Farhan. So in order to pick data from source systems, which ETL tool do you prefer?
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Sean.
Yes, Rishi. So PurpleCube, with PurpleCube platform, we have the ELT module, which is used for the data preparation, which is the PurpleCube Studio that we saw. So it already has more than 150 plus pre-built connectors, and using the designer, we saw how easy it is to create those data pipelines, connect to the sources, get the data objects, massage the data, and with those pre-built transformation components which we saw for data cleansing and other action components, it is very easy to get the data from your source systems using PurpleCube Studio into the Snowflake data warehouse platform, from on top of which we can create the insights using PurpleCube Analytics module. And furthermore, from the data stored in Snowflake, we can run our data science use cases as well.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Shalini. Next one, can I get automated insights or recommendations through PurpleCube on any data set? So Geeta, do you want to explain that?
I'll take that, Rishi. Yeah. Yes, we can get automated insights from PurpleCube on any kind of data, whether we have uploaded, whether we have established a connection using Embrace, or we have uploaded the data from a CSV file or an Excel using upload data. Either ways, we can perform we can perform Spot IQ analyze on these data sets and get automated insights. Yes, we can do that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And the last question we have here is how many users or seats are included in the subscription? So very quickly, as I head back, with every subscription that we offer, you have unlimited number of users. So what that means is that, literally everyone in your organization can have access to PurpleCube, to the dashboards, to really drive decision making, and that's what we're all about. We want to promote data democratization and give users access to those insights so that they can make decisions on the fly that can benefit the business. So with each subscription, we don't bill per user. We basically just bill, based on the package and the components that are included and the usage accordingly on those compute credits. So that is all the questions we have. We've come to the end of this session now. So thank you again, everyone, for attending. Just very quickly, if you've liked what you've seen here in terms of the PurpleCube platform and you will have more questions or want to explore it further, I do request you to please request a demo with our team. Our experts can sit down with you and even present and go through some of your use cases and review some of your data sources and see how this could potentially work for your organization. So if you head over to purplecube.ai, you can just click on the request a demo tab, and then you can fill out this quick questionnaire just to let us know a little bit more about your needs, and then we can have that specific demo set up for you. So that brings us to the end. I just want to say thank you again, everyone, for attending. Thank you for making the time to be here, and we hope it has been helpful. So if you ever need more information, please do get in touch with us and we'll be happy to assist. Thank you, and we hope you have a great day.